Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and
Bem-vindo, bem-vindo. Welcome to the Sporting versus Gauteng U19 match for the final match of the day.
this match is due to be played at 9:10 this morning. Unfortunately, a couple of the Gauteng boys had school's colours assembly, so it's been delayed, pushed out to 6:30 tonight. So it's our first look at the Sporting Club de Portugal. Really excited to see how these guys go. As we see the pre-game war cry there, that's
Little routine, quite well done, quite long as well. It's an interesting little watch.
Migs, is that a regular occurrence for them when you played against them in Portugal?
To be honest, I didn't remember it being that long. You know, I know every team has their own little shot, but that one looked quite long and rehearsed. It was cool to see. So let's see if they've got that much fun in the game.
You guys had a scrimmage against them last night. How did that go? Any players we should be watching out for here?
Yeah, no, you know, as I was saying to Jason in the last game, you know, we played them last night. Obviously, the guys had just landed, you know, so a little bit of heavy legs. You know, they're missing their two starting centre forwards. So I'm interested to see how they play with them. But yeah, I mean, you know, their top players, Luis Abreu, you know, he won twice. You know, when I played him, you know, he won under 20 player of the tournament, you know, in the final four. He's in the national squad, which is their number 6 starting on the right. David Dobos, their number 8. You know, he was in the Hungarian league for a while. You know, he played there, put up some really good numbers, scoring more than a goal a game in the Hungarian league. So yeah, for me, you know, those are the two danger men. You know, but it's going to be a fast, fit side. You know, so and they're also really well drilled. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do here.
I'm really looking to the tempo of this game. You know, the Gauteng under-19s. Oh, so we see an absolute cracker there. Number 9 for the Gauteng Invitational.
Nicholas Pearce. We're having an absolute rocket from 9 meters out. Really fantastic shot.
Yeah, and Migs, before I got interrupted there by a moment of pure class, you know, I'm expecting a really fast tempo game here between the two sides. Gauteng under-19s, obviously the schoolboys are super fit, just coming off their summer season. They're going to be looked to be really mobile with the likes of Anton Arwidi in the number 2 cap there, Connor in the number 4 cap as well. You know, very mobile players. They're going to look to keep a really high tempo.
Yeah, most definitely, and also with the Sporting side, you know, they aren't a really big side. You know, they're still quite a young side. Only 1 or 2 players are over that sort of 24-year-old age. You know, there's a lot of guys that are very early 20s, you know, around 21, 22, lots of fit, fast players, you know, so it's going to be an interesting matchup. You know, there's no sort of oddballs out. It's really going to be a nice complementary match with each other. I think their styles are going to suit each other. Caleb van Lachenburg winning an exclusion against Thiago Gomes.
Caleb, an absolute cracker in his earlier game against the Pretoria Titans. I think he scored 5 or 6 goals, but won a host of kickouts as well. Yeah. Really strong centre forward there.
Yeah, no, most definitely, Steve. You know, and he also scored the winning little back shot, put it over the goalkeeper's head. You know, really coming into form. That's a nice little goal again from Nicholas Pearce, shooting from the outside and to the same spot. A little bit of a slow start from the Sporting side this evening. Obviously, having travelled the last 2 days and not having too much to do today, you know, it might be a little bit slow to getting going. But let's see how they cope with this. And see, you know, Luis Abreu is also really fast, you know, closing Anton Awidi down there for his counter. No one really looking to get away from anyone in this game. I think the speeds are well matched for this.
Oh, I can't say that about too many players closing down Anton Awidi.
Yeah, most
Man's
definitely.
got flippers on the back of his feet. Oh, that's cheeky.
Yeah, really, really fantastic little back shot from David Dobos, the Hungarian. Crossbar down. Expecting a lot of shots coming from him.
It's interesting that a Hungarian ends up playing in Portugal. How did that happen?
Honestly, I'm actually not sure. I heard at the beginning of the season that Sporting are getting a Hungarian guy. I'm not sure if he's here I think he's studying in Portugal, but yeah, he came down, as I say, he really put up some big numbers. I'll try to find that for the next game. But he scored a lot of goals in the Hungarian First Division, so really is a top class player. So it's nice to have him in the league. It's good for everyone to play against and to grow and learn from.
Counter on here for Sporting. They've got a 3-on-2 playing out, 2 players up on the right hand side. Well, not driving all the way down to 2 meters though, and losing that counter opportunity.
Thomas Gomes was just holding it just to slow it down a bit. Doesn't want to force it for his team. Still long game to go. Ball into the center. Just an ordinary foul.
Nicholas Pearce doing well there to crash back. He's had a great start to this game with the 2 goals and now a nice steal there from the youngster.
Playing a bit of an M drop against the Gauteng U19s. Let's see if they can make sure of this one and not concede any counters.
Yeah, Mark Smith sitting in the centre position there for the Gauteng U19s. 17-year-old out of St. Stithians. A really strong centre forward and an exciting talent coming through the Gauteng systems.
Most definitely, Stevie. He's got good hands, good work ethic. Really, really pleasant kid. He works hard. I think he's definitely going to be one to watch for the future.
Oh, great shooting there. Dobos with his second goal.
Yeah, as you said, Steve, he's got a really fantastic shot, super fluid shoulder, really soft hands. Definitely difficult one to watch to make sure. It's near corners all day. If you're going to leave it open, he's going to score it.
Bit of a slinger-malinga action there. That, I see. Quick flick of the wrist at the end. Very hard to pick for the keepers.
Definitely a typical Hungarian style with his shot.
Megs, for the viewer at home, what does that mean? A Hungarian style with a shot?
Well, Steve, if you watch a lot of the guys, if you're watching, recently last night and tonight, there's Champions League on. You watch the likes of Ferencváros. You watch, where a lot of the Hungarians are playing. Then you've still got Gregor Zalanki and a few of them in Portugal. They all have extremely good shooting actions. A lot of confidence, very relaxed. He almost reminds me of a Dennis Vargas style. If you watch any of Dennis Vargas shooting, it never looks like he's trying. It always looks like it's too easy and it's too relaxed and it's just pinpoint all the time. Good little exclusion one there for Thomas Gomes.
Tristan Grimmett sent to the corner. Definitely 2 hands down on that foul and an easy exclusion call for Greg Higgs on the far side of the pool. Nice fluid extra man until the shot. Put the mockers on him there. They moved the ball really nicely there. But that ball needed to go again. The defence had come right across and blocks were in place. Number 2 there for Sporting, Tomasz Kabashinia. How's my pronunciation there?
Very good.
Just falling onto his back there as he's shooting and put that over the crossbar.
Shotting the crossbar, but Mark getting reversed there for entering the 2 meters. Obviously part of the new rules, you're not allowed to be anywhere in that 2 meter without the ball. It's meant to be a straightaway reversal, so good call there by the ref.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home, we are playing the new rules here. You'll see the red boxes, the red lanes next to the goals to establish that 2 meter box.
Fantastic shooting there from Luis Abreu. As you said, Steve, he's really also got a good shot. You know, him and David are really the top performers for this team week in and week out. Especially, you know, without Ricardo Mendes, Ruben Santos, who also, you know, had really good semi-finals against Vitoria. Same as also Tomas Gomes, who's just got out here at number 9. You know, they're probably the really top players that you've got to be careful of. You give them too much space, it's going to become difficult to get back into it.
Tomas Gomes looks like he's struggling a little bit there with the altitude we've got here at Joburg. We're 1,600 odd meters above sea level.
1,600, 1,700. You know, coming from sea level yesterday, you know, arriving to today, it's not the easiest thing, especially, you know, the sporting pool is also a bit of a smaller pool. You know, it's a really tight pool to play in. You know, it's 25 meters. It's not full length. You know, the only really full length pool in Portugal at the moment that's in the first division is Fluvial. You know, so they're the only ones really gifted enough or blessed enough to train in a big size pool. You know, so I think that's also a little bit of a factor to account for.
That's a significant disadvantage then for some of these for this Portuguese side. You know, the Rondebosch Meerkats would have and the OJ Eagles would have just played Currie Cup, the South African national champs, a couple of weeks ago, all in long course pools. So they do come on with a little bit of a match fitness advantage then, having played the long course. That being said, the sporting side is training every day. A far more rigorous training regime than the South African sides tend to have.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, and they've also just come off the semi-finals with Vitoria Sport Club. You know, they played on Saturday the second round, which they played away at Vitoria. You know, they managed to win the first game 14-11, and then you know they went down 16-7 in the second one. You know, so it's a really good side. You know, and they've got a lot of structure. You know, hard-working side. So you know, I think they may get a little bit tired in the first day or two, but I think once we get into the tournament, I can't see them being too out of breath as they might be in the first game or so.
That's interesting. Vitoria obviously last year's finalists against the OJ Eagles. If I'm not mistaken, Manx, you scored the winning goal in that game.
Yeah. I always tease my teammates in Portugal about it, and they always get very upset with me about it. You know, but yes, yeah, I think we won if I'm correct, it was 12-11 at the end of that fantastic final last year.
Yeah, you are correct. And ladies and gents, that's it for the first chukker. We will be back shortly with second chukker action. Welcome back for Chaka 2 action. I'm sitting here in commentary with Miguel Moraes, currently playing out of Vitoria in Portugal, but is back playing for his home club, the OJ Eagles. Lucky to have him in commentary with us. I'm hoping he's going to speak some Portuguese for our viewers in Portugal to keep you up to date with what's happening here.
Oh, we will try our best, Steve. I'll try and remember the phrases I've learned. My friends know back home, I'm really good at ordering food and doing my daily tasks, but when it comes to other things, it's a little bit of a struggle, but I'll do my best. Steve, for our viewers at home, we were listening to the sporting guys who were just in front of us during the break, and their number 8, David Dobos, we're speaking to them about their position 5, which for the Portuguese is the left wing, and they were speaking about that they're sitting way too high, they're not moving around enough, we're not getting down fast enough, and I think he's right, it's, especially with missing their 2 main centre forwards, it's difficult to set up when everyone is too far away. I think you really need to make sure that you force it down to the 2 meters so that you can get your big shooters, David and Luis and Tomas and all of them nice and close so that they can have their 6-meter shots like we saw. Yeah, but a fantastic saves from Júlio dos Santos.
Ball into the hole there. Caleb van Lockerenberg looking to turn the defender, but great work from Luis, the number 6 there from Sporting. Worked his legs nice and hard, got out high and was able to force the turnover. Yeah, and Miguel, we see them here setting up on about 11 meters. You still suffering from that same problem. Position 5 has got down to the 2 meter, but there is a reversal in the hole there, and Gauteng U19 will come away with the ball.
Most definitely, Stephen. One thing also, that both Fluvial and Vitoria also mentioned last year, and I can see one or two things happening here with Sporting is in South Africa, we always complain that the refs don't allow enough physicality, and they complain that they allow too much, so it's some of the calls that they feel should have been called haven't been called, and they're getting a little frustrated. See Leo Pereira getting an exclusion there on Tomas Cavicinha, number 2 for Sporting.
Leo Pereira, is that also a Portuguese connection?
It is indeed. I'm not sure how much Portuguese Leo speaks, but if I'm not mistaken, I think his dad does speak Portuguese.
Yeah, so that's an interesting comment you make. That the South African game seems to be a little bit more physical than what you're used to in Portugal. Is that something that you found now being based there with Vitoria?
Yeah, I think they may be a little bit more finicky, and for the Portuguese listeners, it's just a little bit more strict, with certain pools and certain, what you're allowed to do. Oh, fantastic shooting.
Dobos from 10 meters. I suppose the number 5 doesn't need to get down to 2 meters if you can slot it from 11 or 12 like that.
Yeah, most definitely, Steve. As if I was David, I'd maybe line up for a few more. I see Jean-Marc has thrown in Mark Smith on the left wing there, maybe looking to go a bit of a double hole on the side. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, they've got 3 nice centre forwards in this Gauteng U19 side. Leo Pereira, Caleb van Lockerenberg, and then Mark Smith as well. So lots of attacking options for them to use as we see Mark pull in on the double hole. He's got space, but they're not looking to feed him. He's won the exclusion anyway. Number 12 for Sporting, sent to the corner.
And fantastic working off the ball. And I'm also interested to see, Steve, they obviously the Sporting guys, as most of Europe, in their local leagues, they're still sticking to the old rules. It's only within the European Championships that they have got these new rules. You can see one or two of the guys are not watching the guys so deep on the lane rep. So, but I'm sure as the tournament goes along, they'll catch on to it.
Nicholas Pearce going for the lob there. I think he'd be better advised to bang it away like he's been doing in the first chukker.
Yeah,
Bit of a low percentage option that from Nick Pearce.
Little ambitious to go from the lob from the left wing there straight at the goalkeeper.
Oh, good balking and a great finish there.
Fantastic shooting from Andre Machado. Actually, one of my old teammates. I used to play with him at Cascais, as same as one or two other guys in this team. Really fantastic to see him doing so well.
Got great legs there as well. Got out nice and high. 2 big balks and then putting it away far corner. How does the language barrier work for someone like David Dobosh at Sporting? I can't imagine he speaks too much Portuguese.
No, not at all. From my encounters with him, he doesn't speak too much at all, you know. But lucky, you know, funny enough, one thing that the Portuguese do is every single child in school has to learn English as their second language, you know, as we would learn Zulu or Xhosa or Afrikaans. You know, here it's for them it is their second language, you know, and unlike the French and the Spanish, you know, they really do emphasize that they need to learn English, you know. So he gets by, as you know, as we were sitting here, you know, we could hear him speaking English with the guys. So for me, I don't find much difficulty, so I'm sure he wouldn't find either. Great save there by Alexandra Ceja.
Mark Smith again working really well on the second hole, getting a second exclusion in 2 attacks on the number 12 for Sporting.
Yeah, no, really fantastic work. Forcing it a little bit onto the post there with Mark being open on the left wing. Rushing it just a little bit too much for the play.
So Alberto Junior will now have to be on his best behavior. He's only got 1 kick out left before he'll be excluded permanently from the game. And again, it's some great shooting. That's Tomasz Gomes that time who's put it away. And Sporting out to a nice 4-goal lead here, looking to really assert their dominance on this game. John Mark de Carvalho coaching this Gauteng Under-19 side. Another Portuguese connection that we've got here. It's his first time back with the Gauteng Under-19s after being involved in the girls side for the last few years.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, he's really had a successful tenure with the Under-16 girls in Gauteng, and with Mr. Trinich stepping down, they had to pick someone to step up, and they've chosen Mr. De Carvalho, so let's see what he can do.
Yeah, the Gauteng boys looking to front mark there in the hole, but if you're front marking, you've got to make sure you shut down that service into the middle there, which they weren't able to do, which opened an easy opportunity there for Diogo Santos, which he duly put away very comfortably.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, Steve. You know, if you're going to give the guys too much space, you know, especially a lot of these guys that have got really great confidence on the ball, they're going to go in, they're going to take their space, and if you're going to leave them open, they got so much time to choose what they want to do, you know, where they want to pass it, where they want to shoot. You really have to close them down and force them to try and select what to do really fast, you know, to ensure you try and get a mistake. Oh, great spin there by Anton Awidi, and great finish.
Yeah, it's been about 8 minutes of stop polo since the Gauteng boys last scored, so great for them to get the scoreboard ticking again. I believe it was Luis Abreu, if I got that pronunciation right. Abreu, with the assist there into Diogo Santos earlier, but let's not take away from the goal that Anton Awidi scored. Great turn on the left wing there, in on goals, and he made no mistake.
Yeah. Most of you, and Diogo is actually, it's not his main position to play centre forward, but Diogo's really doing well in the centre forward, pushing our guys out. We're trying to front mark, and he's pushing them out onto 5 meters when, as you said, either we've got to be tight or slide behind. Can't be front marking so far out. Oh,
Wowzers. Andre Machado.
Really fantastic shooting from Andre. If you can see something that characterizes him from a young age, he's had a funny nickname. The Portuguese like their nicknames. His nickname is Macaco, which directly translated into English is baboon. From what I remember that they said is, from his long arms, and he gets out really high. So it's using his really long arms there for some fantastic shooting.
In Afrikaans, they might say Markak,
Yeah.
as he's been doing for the Gauteng defence in the second chaka here at the Gauteng Invitational 2023 in this game. Sporting Club de Portugal against the Gauteng U19s. Some great awareness there by Tag Masechla, rather, should I say, forcing the turnover. A couple of Gauteng attackers still around there, able to create a 3-on-2 situation, and Connor Flynn puts that away.
Louis just trying to spin too close to Anton Awidi and getting the steal there. Didn't look so happy with the referees with that one.
Oh, good work. Connor Flynn there, using his strength to create some space on the outside and sliding it in bottom right-hand corner. It's back to a 3-goal game. Sporting had opened a nice lead, but Gauteng fighting back at the end of the second chaka here. 45 seconds left on the clock. They'll be looking to cut that deficit to 2 before we head into halftime.
Yeah, it's definitely, Steve. It really makes a big psychological difference with it. If you go into that third chaka, if you go one goal down, 2 goals down, it makes it, it doesn't seem it's only 1 goal, but it really does make a big difference when you get that extra goal or 2 just going into that chaka.
Ladies and gents, we're showing you a QR code in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen now. If you want to follow all the action, get all the stats from the tournament, see the program, scan the QR code now, and that'll take you to a link to download the GWP app in your Play or App Store. And you can see everything that's happening, as well as the top scorers, top defenders, all the stats from this Gauteng Invitational 2023. Long shot there from the Gauteng boys to end the second chaka. They did end on a positive note there. Really good work in the last couple of minutes there, narrowing the lead held by Sporting Club de Portugal. And we'll be back after this halftime break. Welcome back. 8-5's the scores. We head into the third chukka. I often say the third chukka is the moving chukka in polo, so let's see which team's going to take advantage of the opportunities they have here.
Yeah, no, most definitely, Steve. It's a big chukka. Only halfway through the game, guys might start feeling a little bit of lactic acid, a little bit tired. So this is the one that counts. If you can gain a bit of a big lead going into the last chukka, not only physically but psychologically, it makes a big difference.
Ducking under from the Sporting centre forward there, Diogo Lorenzo. Alright, Megs, by the end of this I'm going to be habloing the Portuguese, although that might be Spanish if I'm not mistaken.
I think it might be.
Tristan Grimmett just falling onto his back there as he shot way over the top.
Got a break on the top left. Louis not so happy there with Anton. Not so sure what happened, but they didn't look too pleased.
David Dabosh now on the ball, the shooter here for Fluvial, but that's good defense there. Samuel Lister given the task of marking him.
Little buzzer beater there from their number 5, Vasco.
Good flick from the double hole there. That's Tanner Kleinhans for the Gauteng U19s, but the number 13 in goals, that's Vasco Huyos. Got a long left arm out and made a comfortable save in the end. Space on the left-hand side here for David Dobosh.
Greg doing well there against Diogo Sanch, getting the contra foul for pushing off. Really nice hard worker there at the back.
Notice Greg Price likes a front mark, opens up the opportunity to get that contra for the push off. But Diogo was able to score a great goal, as we see Greg Price putting away an absolute blinder from the top of the D there.
Yeah, absolutely great shooting. Really is a fantastic player. Him and his brother, make a good pairing. I think Matt is off to the States soon, and Greg's starting to fill in the shoes for both St. John's as well as Gauteng.
Oh, Matt playing more on the left-hand side of the pool, the trigger man, whereas Greg taking on the responsibilities of the centre-back.
See, they're setting up that David and he's outside. See if he's going to have a shot. And Greg is excluded off the ball.
I think 2 hands down there as the centre forward just looking to roll into position. That's going to see him spend 20 seconds in the corner.
Bit of a wasted man up there.
Sam Lister getting out nice and high, getting his right hand in the way of that pass. Yeah, wasted opportunity there for the Sporting players.
Yeah, but fantastic intercept by the St. Stithians boy, Samuel Lister.
Leo Pereira getting in front of his man there, turning him around and puts it away. It's a 2-goal game now, 9-7. 4:33 left on the scoreboard clock here.
Yeah, but as we said, Steve, it's this year, and most of them are quite young. They're really looking good. The centre forwards for Gauteng, there's 3 of them that are starting to come into their own. Caleb, Leo, and Mark. They're really starting to look good. Even Connor Flynn can pull once or twice into the hole. So they've got some great options in the hole there. Leo winning the contra against David Dobos.
Big counter here. We've got 3 players coming down the right-hand side of the pool. Oh, it's not a good pass to Sam Lister, but he's still managed to get ahead. But only a foul there. I'm not sure about that call, Migs.
Yeah,
I would have thought at least a kick out.
It was a little bit controversial there, but got to play to what the ref says, and Sam doing the same thing that he defended against, giving an intercept pass there, and almost conceding a goal. To me, for Sporting, and see if they can play it quickly. They're still 1 up.
Dobos looking to catch the keeper unawares, but he's able to get his hand up just in time. Some holding there from Anton Awidi. Quick 1-2 from Sporting, but Connor Flynn quick to react there, and he forces a turnover.
Fantastic crash at the back, Steve. As we said, this Gauteng U19 team really works hard. There's no one player in this team. They all really work hard for each other, and same as what Sporting will do for their players. So it's a really nice match to watch. Scores nice and close. So for the spectators, it's really fantastic.
Yeah, we've had a few mismatches so far in the tournament today, but great to see a really tight contest here as we shut down. Well, let's just see what happened here. So the shot came after the 30-second hooter. So Anton Awidi has been kicked out for playing the ball there. That's 2 quick kick-outs for him. Migs, let's see if you can give us some inside track here.
So Steve, what are the little bits that I could pick up there? He was asking them that they really need to work the man up there, and he's looking for the left, which is without a doubt, because you've got David on that side, you've got Tomas on that side, but even this right side, both Thiago Gomes as well as Luis can also shoot it, but from what I gathered, it seemed like they wanted to shoot from that side.
The Sporting side doesn't have any left-handers, so I see Luis is on the trigger position here on the right wing. And as you mentioned at the beginning of the game there, the Portuguese side's not necessarily accustomed to this new 2-meter rule and getting caught inside the 2 there in front of goals, and so that's given the refs an easy contra foul there.
Most definitely, Stephen. And it's a difficult one to play, especially if you haven't played it at all, and all of a sudden you've got to play it for the next game, But if we also look at that defense there from Jean-Marc's team, he forced the guys to rush on the left there, trying to force it from the right, and it worked out. So a little counter attack here from David Dobos, got André Machado open on the left. Oh, turns him a full 360 and gets an ordinary foul.
But disappointing that he was in front of the man. No need to turn his player.
Most definitely, thought he could have kept going forward, but let's see what we can do here.
Hey, Mokak! Andrea Machado there.
Fantastic pass there from David. Good work for Andre to open himself up and slot it in on, again, another buzzer beater for him. You know, I think it's a testament to, you know, the quality of our centre forwards. You know, most of the game they've been wanting to play a zone. You know, and they've asked again. You know, you can hear Louise asking for a zone. You know, it is a bit more of an M drop, and we see winning an exclusion off the ball. Good work there by Mark Smith.
It's the third exclusion he's won so far. He's having a great game in the hole here. A great save there by Vasco in goals there.
Couple seconds left on this man up. Let's see if the Gauteng U19 team can work it into a goal. And there it's even. And Ross really just trying the hard one over there. Guy already double marked.
Bit of a counter unfolding here. We've got a 3-on-2 situation, but Gauteng have covered back well.
Yeah, as we said, Steve, you know, I really didn't think there'd be too many counter attacks from both sides. Yeah.
Shot from Dobosh coming off the crossbar, landing fortuitously
in front of Andre Machado there. A little bit of a difficult one for Connor Flynn, you know, but unlucky for the bounce to land right in front. But let's see what David can do on this penalty.
And he makes no mistake, does the big shooter from Hungary.
Takes the score to 11-7, opening up the gap they once had. Let's see if the Gauteng boys can respond. Forcing a bit of an M drop against us. David waiting to counter, and they almost goes back. Big block. Good covering though by Gauteng boys. Really mitigating the losses on that counter attack.
Big kick there on Mark Smith in the back play. While there was a kick out at the other end, but here comes Mark on the counter attack.
Bit of a silly mistake there from the Sporting guys rushing it. I'm not sure if Albino thought that the player in front there was the one that was excluded, but trying to force it over the top instead of waiting when they were double man up and paying for it. You know, the intercept and cockroach. Silly mistakes can cost you in big games. Louis getting called for pushing off, not so happy with that. You know, I remember when we played them, you know, they enjoyed that ball over the top. If the ref's going to allow you know, it works really nicely. If the ref is going to be like this, you know, they're going to call you all the time for it, you know, it's not the greatest strategy to do.
And that's it for the third chukker. We've got one more chukker of action left here at St. David's Maristananda. and the first day of the Gauteng Invitational Tournament for 2023. We'll be back with that after the short break. One chucker left here, 11-8, not much movement in that third chucker, still really tight. Sporting not able to extend their lead, but at the same time Gauteng not able to cut it down. Gauteng conceding the swim here, so it's going to be Sporting with the first possession. Kick out there against Tristan Grimmett in the hole. Gauteng thinking it was going to be a reversal going their way and starting to go on attack, but actually it was Sporting possession, and unfortunately they've butchered that opportunity.
Bashko missing in front of goals, you've got to bury those ones, especially the Gauteng boys are moving away, leaving you open, and those little mistakes can cost you in a game that could be 11-all, could put you up.
As time ran out there, Tristan Grimmett having a shot from the top, but well blocked, well defended.
Alberto in the hole just getting an ordinary foul for his efforts. Great save. That is Judah de Sanch in goal. Fantastic save. Good shooting by Luis Abreu, and an even better save from Judah de Sanch. Ball hitting Ross Ravelli's shoulder and bouncing to the Sporting guys. Thiago Gomes is on a break on the left. Four seconds left. Luis in the hole. Oh, and great save by Judith Assange, giving Sporting a 2-meter.
Another Portuguese connection.
Jean-Marc just asking his team to try and close them down, to force no passes. And great work by his team on defense. And Anton Awidi winning the steal.
Great work in the hole there by Caleb van Lochenberg, winning the kick out. Timeout called by the Gauteng coach on Mark de Carvalho. Looking to use this opportunity, shut that lead down to 2 goals. Get themselves back into the game as we head into the last 5 minutes of this match here at the Gauteng Invitational 2023, hosted at St. David's Maristananda.
Similar the tactics from Jean-Marc there, you know, wanting to open up Nick Pearce on the left and looking for Caleb on the post. As you can hear, Jean-Marc asking him Nicholas Pearce to come out a little bit more, more of a shooting channel.
Oh, almost magic there. But the pass just a little bit too far in front of Caleb van Lochenberg, and he's only able to tip it wide. Good shooting there, Alberto Junior, putting it away on the left-hand side, beating the keeper at the near post. But a bit disappointing to see him being beaten there.
Made some absolutely fantastic saves the last while, and that was a little bit soft for what we've come to see from recent, but also some good shooting from Alberto. But as you say, Steve, taking back to that man up, I think Jean-Marc's got some wonderful moves coming into the setup and some fantastic polo coming out of the boys. Just missing the opportunity and just too far for Keller, but almost an absolutely gorgeous man up.
Nick Pearce trying to emulate what he's seen from David Dobosh for Sporting there, but unfortunately he's pushed that wide.
Coach just asking him to slow down, and again getting called for pushing Diogo Sancho. Not so happy with that call. Now Gauteng on the break. Bit of a heavy foul there from Diogo, Steve. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of frustration from his attack.
Definitely some frustration there from the last attack, from the reversal.
Oh, and not so sure what happened there. Didn't see what But Mr. Higgs called. I think maybe he was calling that he touched the lane rope with the ball.
Oh, Lob City! Lucia Brew comes out nice and high, puts a big balk in, wait for the keeper to jump, and then just pops it over his head into the far corner.
As we said earlier, Steve, you know, there's one or two guys that you really do not want to just leave open, especially not that guy on 2 meters right in front of goals. All the time in the world, can just place his shot, and he's really confident in front of there. And as you saw, just absolutely effortlessly throws the ball into the back of the net. Fantastic lob. Judah Sanch, unlucky there. Defenders not really helping him in front of goal. Did the best that he could, just coming up nice and big and covering what he could.
And now with a 5-goal lead, that really should be the game. I'm sure we'll see an experienced side like Sporting just control their possessions now, play out their full 30, make sure that they don't give away any soft goals, and that should be enough for them to take this game home.
On a breakaway here down the right side. Coach is shouting at them that they man up. And fantastic work. Great pass into the center from number 10, Diogo.
To the other Diogo, who puts it away. I think fitness has definitely played an issue here. You can see the conditioning of the Sporting side in the fourth chaka here has been really the significant difference between the two sides.
Tanner Kleinans there winning another exclusion. You know, for his size, he is actually a really fantastic second hole man coming in from the side there.
Just shows you when you do the basics well.
And
as we see him take advantage of the opportunity he created, and he puts it away.
Fantastic pass there from Conor Flynn. Good vision on man up. But bringing back to your point, Stevie, I think it's also, you know, the Sporting guys have just finished the regular season. You know, well, they're not even finished yet. They've still got a third, fourth playoff with Parej. You know, they're training every single day. They're almost like semi-professional water polo players, and the Gauteng boys, obviously, you know, they can come when they can, and they try their best to be there. And you know, I think that full season of matches makes a big difference, especially in the final moments when you're tired. I think that conditioning really helps.
And Migs, you say a semi-professional side. How does it work? Do these guys have jobs, or they're able to commit to playing polo? You say they're training every day. So how does the setup work there in Portugal?
So, you know, just before we get to your point, I see Luis Abreu getting excluded there with Mark Smith. But bringing back to it, Steve, it is much better. The league, you know, we play a full national league over here. There's only one team in the south at the moment, which is Sporting in the first division. I know the federation, we're looking at bringing 8 teams, but you know, we play every Saturday with you know, tables supplied by the federation with 5-6 people on those tables. You have referees supplied by the federation. The pools don't have to organize anything, don't have to worry about anything. We've got stats such as yours on the system every single game, monitoring all the players, monitoring the top scorers. You know, and obviously not all the teams pay players or anything like that, you know, but what a lot of them do is they try and help the players out with jobs and things. And obviously, you know, we don't have the funding that some of the teams have in Croatia and those kind of clubs. But, you know, it's a really well-run league, and guys are playing every single weekend, training every single day. But yes, but they do have jobs, they are students, but the guys never really make excuses and always have guys down at training. And Sporting is one of those programs where I was speaking to a friend who plays for them, and he said they have actually too many guys. They had a whole bunch of girls that wanted to make a team. Oh, And before we get back to that, fantastic shooting from Connor Flynn. But as we were saying, Steve, they've got like 40, 50 guys that are keen to play, and they've got a full first team. They've got a second team which plays in the second division. Lots of juniors. Through all age groups, there's competitions constantly every year, similar to our IPTs, but for clubs, with under 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, 18s, 20s. So it really is a fantastic setup for such a small country.
It's awesome to hear, and hopefully with the connections we've got with them, we can start to learn from those systems and begin to emulate them. And I think the Gauteng Invitational and Cape Town Invitational tournaments that have started is the first step in that direction.
A little bit of confusion there in the hole, and Luis Abreu passing to Yogu unmarked in the front and putting it away with 17 seconds to go.
Karabo just seemed to fall asleep for a second there, not aware of where the ball was or who was in possession, and left his man wide open in front of goals. And that's all she wrote, folks. 15-10, your final score here. Sporting getting a win under the belt. First game in South Africa, so they'll be really happy with that and looking to continue building some momentum as they head towards the business end of this tournament. Thank you to Miguel Mirage, who's been in commentary with me here. And we look forward to joining you or to having you join us tomorrow for the action here from the Gauteng Invitational Water Polo Tournament.
Thank you so much, Steve. See you tomorrow.